Since y'all seem to love me ranting about art pet peeves, I'm bringing y'all some more. Let's go. Number one, captioning fully rendered art with, "It's just a quick sketch." You know good and well that took you all day to make that. Why are you lying for attention? Now, don't get me wrong, there are people who have put years into their craft and can crank out some pretty nice stuff in a short amount of time. But seeing clear beginner or even intermediate artists post fully rendered, detailed art and then try to caption it with, "Oh, it's just a quick 5 minute sketch, nothing special," just grinds my gears. Like, go sit down somewhere. If you have to lie to get attention, that just means you need to work on your art because this should speak for itself. Moving on. Number two, "It's just my style." Listen, it's one thing if you're the kind of person who draws purely for enjoyment and doesn't necessarily care about improving. Okay, if that's you, you do you. However, if you constantly talk about how much you want to improve your anatomy and how everything looks off, but turn around and get triggered when people mention life drawings or photo studies or anything you can't use stylized art to do, then it's a problem. Look, life drawing helps. Learning proportions helps. Learning perspective helps. Now, I'm not saying you only draw realism to get better. I'm not trying to be a snob here. But what I am saying is that looking at pictures of real things help you understand things better. If you're stumped on how to draw something in a specific pose, try taking a picture of yourself in that pose, or getting a 3D model, or use stock photos. Actually tackle what you're having trouble with instead of trying to hide behind, "It's just my style." Number three, thinking that popular or expensive art supplies or software is going to improve your art. So I have a confession. I used to have this mentality. When I got back into traditional art, I would only look at Copics because I fell for the hype and I believed that they would make my art better. It's what the pros use, so I'm gonna use it, right? Look, I got them markers in the mail and didn't know what to do. I was using the colorless blender all wrong and using the wrong paper and making nearly every mistake beginner marker artists make. Having expensive art supplies doesn't automatically give you the skills you need to use them. You still have to learn to use them correctly, and the same thing goes for these art programs. Just because your favorite artist uses Clip Studio Paint or Paint Tool Sci or whatever popular art program doesn't mean you're going to be drawing like them once you get your hands on it. Your art doesn't magically change and get better just because you went from Medibang Paint to Clip Studio Paint. And even then, there's people who make art that blow mine out of the water with Medibang Paint. It's not the tools, it's the artist. Whatever program you use will not ever make a difference. Ever. And while we're on this subject, no, you don't need no fancy Wacom tablet to make good art. You better get you a XP pen or a Huion and sit down somewhere. Number four, people who expect artists to teach them everything they know for free. It's the entitlement for me. Y'all will be on here straight up harassing these artists over techniques and art styles and brushes and everything else. All up in their comments like, "What program do you use and what are your brush settings to the T? But why do I have to go on Gumroad? This should be free." Or, "Oh, you sell merch? What vendor did you use? What website did you go to?" What do you mean you don't have to tell me? Now let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with asking because you may want to do the same thing and you want to get a general idea of how it works. That in itself is fine. However, it's completely up to the artist whether or not they want to disclose that information. If they do, great. If they don't, they don't. They don't know you, nor do they owe you anything. But some of y'all will turn around and go around bad mouthing that artist, accusing them of gatekeeping because they don't want to tell you their secret sauce. That may be part of how they make their income. And I really don't like this narrative of, "Oh, well, we're all artists, so you're supposed to tell me everything you do for free or else you're not really trying to help people. You're just greedy." I see this narrative being pushed on more popular artists, and it's really annoying. Imagine insulting someone by not wanting to pay for whatever service they offer to help you, like their tutorials on Patreon or their brushes on Gumroad or whatever, but then expecting them to help you just because you're both artists when they don't even know you from a can of paint. And you sitting up here talking to them crazy. Like, you're messing with their money and their time when they likely do this for a living. For those of you who work jobs, right? You know you're not doing what you're doing and putting up with what you put up with for free, so why do you expect that from an artist? And what really kills me is the fact that if you just take the time to look up what you need for yourself, you might actually find what you're looking for and more instead of having to harass somebody into telling you. Then everybody wins. Number 5, pretending to want criticism when you really just want compliments. It never fails. An artist will post their art and then they'll be like, hey guys, this is my art and any constructive criticism is always appreciated. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. And then when somebody takes time to give said constructive criticism, they want to throw a hissy fit and accuse people of bullying. If you only want positive attention, just say that. Don't sit up here and try to be fake humble like you actually care about improving when you really don't. And don't get me wrong, it's perfectly okay to not care. It's perfectly okay to only want positive attention and good vibes and all that jazz, because it's your art, your page, you can do what you want, but for goodness sake, just be honest about it. Number 6, people who bash artists who don't have some deeper meaning to their art. Look, I know how frustrating it can be to be a serious artist who paints these super deep and thought-provoking pieces with intricate detail and posts it in an art group just to see it get overshadowed by a quick sketch some high schooler did of a big titty anime girl. And here y'all come like, art doesn't have meaning anymore. It's all overshadowed by garbage. What happened to the real artist? Imagine getting mad at other people for gravitating toward what they like. What? You think you're a real artist because you made some boring still life, or you drew a naked lady on a unicorn and it has like 10 different metaphorical meanings and you're mad because other people don't get it? Like, get real. Making art brings joy to most people who do it. So I say, let people draw what they want, deep meaning or not. Number 7, you're so talented. Now, I'm not going to be as harsh on this one because I understand that it's not inherently a malicious comment. But what I do want people to understand is that artists put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into their craft. And to say that it's thanks to their talent is more or less negating all of the years of hard work that they put into doing what they do. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you can't tell people that they're talented. But what I will say is, please don't undermine the effort that they put into getting where they are. They'll appreciate you so much more for it, I promise. And last but not least, number 8, the fact that the art community has become what it's become. I'm going to keep this one short. Y'all don't like art. Y'all like drama. I said what I said. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed hearing me rant real quick. I want to know, what are your artist pet peeves? Let me know in the comments and give me a big old like. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. As always, let me know any more topics you want me to talk about and you might see it in my next video. Till then, thanks for watching and see you soon. Holla.